Good morning, peoples. How are you doing this morning? You're welcome to another new week. Remember last week we did fraction. Today we'll be considering a new topic, and the topic is multiples of numbers. The topic is multiples of numbers. Okay, as I've told you, today we are considering multiples of numbers. That's the topic we are considering today. So what are multiples of numbers? Multiples of a number can be obtained by step counting in that number. So multiples of number means you step count that number. You're finding multiples of a particular number, you need to step count that number. So we're going to run through some examples here so that we have clearer understanding of how to find multiples of numbers. The first example says, find the first 5 multiples of 4. Now look at this. We are finding the first 5 multiples. I want you to consider this, the first 5. So the first 5 multiples of this number. Now, when you want to do this, you need to step count this. You'll be adding this number here, 4. Now, when you want to do that, solution. So the number we are finding the multiples is what? 4. And remember, we are finding the first 5 multiples. So the first one is what? 4. The next one will be what? 4 plus 4. That will give us what? 8. That's 1, 2. We're going to the third multiples. 4 plus 8. That will give us what? 12. We move to the next one. 4 plus 12. That will give us what? 16. We move to the next one. 4 plus 16. That will give us what? 20. Now, you look at this question, we are finding the first 5 multiples. After doing this, you need to count your multiples. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Here now, we have the first 5 multiples of this number, which is what? 4. Now, for you to confirm what you have done, if it is correct or not, what you need to do is to multiply this 5 by your 4. 5 times 4, that will give us what? 20. So you can see our final multiple here is what? 20. Okay, you can also check by using your multiplication table. How can you achieve that? The first number is what? 4. That will be 4 times 1. That's the first multiple. That's 4. To get the second multiple, that will be 4 times 2. That will give you what? 8. 4 times 3 will give you what? 12. 4 times 4 will give you what? 16. And 4 times 5 will give you what? 20. Here now, you now have the first 5 multiples of 4. 4 times 1, 4 times 2, 4 times 3, 4 times 4, and 4 times 5 will give you this. Okay, now example 2. Example 2 says, find the first 8 multiples of 6. Please, I want you to take note of this question. Find the first 8 multiples of 6. We are finding the first 8 multiples of 6. Remember, I told you how to do it. You can use your addition and you can use your what? Multiplication table to do that. Now let us use addition first. The first one is what? 6. You write it. That's the first multiple. To get the second one, 6 plus 6. That's what? 12. The next one will be what? 6 plus 12. That's what? 18. The next one will be what? 6 plus 18. That will give you what? 24. The next one will be 6 plus 24. That will give you what? 30. The next one will be 6 plus 30. That will give us what? 36. The next one will be what? 6 plus 36. That will give us what? 42. And the last one will be what? 6 plus 42. That will give us what? 48. And to check, 6 times 1 will give us 6. 6 times 2 will give us 12. 6 times 3 will give us 18. 6 times 4 will give us 24. 6 times 5, 30. 6 times 6, 36. 6 times 7, 42. And 6 times 8, 48. Here now we have the first 8 multiples of 6. Okay, the third example here says, find the first 4 multiples of 7. Remember, we are finding the first 4 multiples of 7, and I told you you can use multiplication or addition to get your multiples. Let's use addition. That's 7, the first one. The second one was 7 plus 7, that's what? 14. 7 plus 14, that will give us what? 21. And the last one will be 7 plus 21 will give us what? 28. And to confirm, 7 times 1 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 3, that's what, 21. And 7 times 4 will give us what, 28. So the first four multiples of 7 are what? 7, 14, 21, and 28. Okay, we now move to another subtopic that says common multiples. Remember, we have done multiples of number. Now we want to look at common multiples and how to find common multiples. Now, from this word common multiples, it means multiples that are common when you write out multiples of numbers. The multiples that are common, you compare them, the multiples that are common when you write out multiples of numbers. Now let us look at some examples. And the instruction says find the common multiples of the following. Now finding the common multiples of the following. The first question says find first 6 multiples of 4 and first 6 multiples of 6. So we are finding the common multiples of the first 6 multiples of 4 and the first 6 multiples of 6. I want us to understand this. Now, the first one is the first 6 multiples of 4. So we're going to write the first 6 multiples of 4. First 6 multiples of 4. First 6 multiples of 4. And that will be what? 4. I told you how to find multiples of numbers. So that 4 times 1, 4. 4 times 2, that's what? 8. 4 times 3, 12. 4 times 4, 16. 4 times 5, 20. 4 times 6. 4 times 6, that's what? 24. So these are the first 6 multiples of 4. Then we go to the next one. First 6 multiples of 6. Now we are finding the first 6 multiples of 6. First one is 6. 6 times 1, 6 times 2, 12. 6 times 3, 18. 6 times 4, 24. 6 times 5, 30. And 6 times 6 is what? 36. Now we are going to write out our multiples. Multiples of 4. We have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and what? 24. The multiples of 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, and what? 36. Now we are going to compare these multiples and see and write out our common multiples among all these multiples. 4, do we have 4 here? No. We move to the next one. 8, do we have 8 here? No. We move to the next one. 12, we have 12. So 12 and 12, you can pair them. 16, no 16. 20, no 20. 24, and there's another 24. So you can see. So you now write out your final answer and say common multiples of 4 and 6 is equals to 12 and 24. You can see 12 and 24 are the common multiples of 4 and 6.